Notable NASCAR names continue to help with the rescue and humanitarian efforts in the North Carolina mountains. Today we're going to take an updated look at these efforts that are taking place and also some heartbreaking news that I learned today.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to the best week possible. We got Talladega coming up this weekend. Some great racing there. I love that racetrack. So hopefully something to ease a lot of people's minds with this. Now, I did an episode this past weekend on Greg Biffle with his rescue efforts that were taking place in the North Carolina mountains. I got right on that after I saw what Greg was doing. Very, very admirable. And thankfully, since then, so many other people have joined in as well in the NASCAR community. I do want to say that my show is a racing-focused show, and I'm focusing my efforts on what the NASCAR community is doing, and there's nothing to take away from anybody else who's out there with their feet on the ground and rescue, the donations. I mean, so many people are coming together to help out, and pretty much in my eyes, every one of them are heroes. And I also found out this other piece of information that was pretty heartbreaking this evening. My brother-in-law owns Freedom Insurance Group in Hickory, North Carolina. He has 3 locations throughout that area, and by his estimates, less than 1% of the population up there had flood insurance. So this is only going to add to the heartbreak and catastrophe following everything that's taken place now. But now let's get to the efforts and the other names, the updates that have come into this. As I mentioned in that episode, Charlotte Motor Speedway and Bristol Motor Speedway had both opened up their campgrounds to evacuees for use of showers and different things there. And also Charlotte Motor Speedway became a drop-off point for a lot of supplies to be taken up into the mountains. And with that, a lot of different teams come on board to dedicate their pilots and their helicopters. And Joe Gibbs Racing and Hendrick Motorsports were 2 of those that initially got on this as well. And they've been, again, giving use to their helicopters. They were also taking in truck supplies by the transporters to North Wilkesboro Speedway, Joe Gibbs Racing, Hendrick, Wood Brothers, many, many others that are showing up at North Wilkesboro to deliver products and supplies, and that's being used as another zone to distribute stuff. And North Wilkesboro Speedway was scheduled to have the NASCAR Wheeling modified race this weekend, but it's been postponed, obviously, because of the efforts that are taking place there. Now, one of the other things here, Michael Jordan. Now, obviously, big news this week with all the lawsuits and things coming out about the charters. But Michael Jordan and 2311 donated $1 million to the rescue efforts here. And it's very interesting because I run across an article by a gentleman who was kind of upset with him for announcing the lawsuits during this time right here, and basically saying, you could have put it off a week. It was a selfless, classless act. And further reading, I was able to find out why this gentleman really had this animosity in this situation, because he was just up there himself, I guess in the Chimney Rock area, and his wife was trapped up there. And one of the race teams and the pilots went up there to recover her, dropped her off, and immediately took back off again to go rescue more people. So I understand his portion of this right here. But again, it just shows the people that are putting in the effort with this. Now, also, Joey Logano and the Joey Logano Foundation pledged $250,000. And the interesting thing is Joey is wanting to allocate this in certain ways. Take a listen to this.
Hey, what's up? Joey Logano here. Wanted to give everyone a quick update on what the Joey Logano Foundation's plans are to help the hurricane disaster up in the North Carolina, Tennessee mountains. So far, we have committed $250,000 to help with relief up there. We have worked with Convoy of Hope already. We donated 25 grand supporting one of their trucks. And to be honest with you, with the rest of the budget that we have allocated, we don't 100% know exactly where to put it yet. So if you know of anybody or you're up there yourself and you see some people doing some good work and some organizations that are doing some good things and they just need a little bit more support, comment below. Let us know what they're doing. Let us know how we can help. We want to help more.
So Joey's wanting the money to go to people who are in need of it right now. We're going to get into that here just a little bit more at the end of this. But again, great things that are going on. Carl Edwards. Carl, a saint in his own right. does so many things, humanitarian efforts with being a pilot himself, joined in the cause here as well. Just tremendous to see these retired drivers still being so active to help. I mean, it's just great. NASCAR Foundation, they donated $150,000 to the cause. And also Justin Marks, he partnered with Aerial Recovery. Man, like I say, there's so many people that are coming forward to help with this in the NASCAR community and outside. I certainly got to include this private plane, civilian plane that was delivering supplies to Rutherford County Airport, which caught fire on its way in and unfortunately burned on the runway. Man, heartbreaking to hear that. And also Greg's, I mean, he's been nonstop ever since day one. And I think that is just so admirable with what's going on with him. And actually, Marty Smith come forward to say that kind of demanding that Greg Biffle gets the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his efforts in this rescue right here. And I'm going to tell you, I had one opportunity to spend 1 hour on a commercial shoot with Marty Smith. And one of our discussions was about drivers and how they react to him and who he likes and different things like that. So for Marty Smith to say this, which I'm not saying he don't like drivers or anything like that, but that's a big recommendation to get that from Marty Smith. So I would honestly love to see that as well. But Greg, let's continue with these efforts up there. Recent video, people out there with mirrors trying to show them where they're at. And Greg, man, he's doing so many things with this, with dropping off insulin, EpiPens. I mean, things that people are really, really in need of. And also Cleetus McFarland. I mean, this guy, he joined in immediately, well documented. And I'm telling you, if you don't follow these guys, go follow their YouTube channels, go follow them on social media, because the things that they're doing are they're amazing. And I'm glad it's being documented by them the way it is, because it's showing a lot of things that other people aren't getting to see unless you're on YouTube watching videos of people who are pretty much filming them themselves. And also, I got to say, Martin Truex with his MTJ Aviation, they also donated their plane as well to go out there and help in the distribution efforts. Just so many great opportunities for people to come together in the racing community and beyond to help. And again, all the people out there who are part of this, definitely heroes. There's a lot of conflicting stories about what's really going on up there. And if you dive into YouTube or Twitter, there's people that got questions about what's going on with government help. I am definitely not going to get into any of that right here today. But that's just what's so great, is to see just humans helping humans on this earth to relieve some of the pain and the devastation. And man, it's going to be a long, long road ahead for so many. But anyways, I hope everybody out there is keeping up with things like this. And again, give these guys follows, because they definitely deserve it. And I do hope that people really pay attention to the effort that Greg Biffle did, because, in my opinion, he was one of the first, if not the first, to jump into this. I believe he said the first day there was a couple helicopters, and by the next day there was 8. And you can take a look at this picture right here and see all the helicopters that were flying over the area. And this was a few days ago, and most of those were civilian helicopters, private helicopters. So, but to everybody, whether it's private, local government, whatever it is, man, you're heroes. And I'm going to leave it with that. But, man, again, enjoy the racing out there this weekend at Talladega. Hopefully we get some excitement there and something to kind of ease the mind a little bit of everything that's going on. But definitely we got to keep everybody who's in the midst of this in our thoughts and prayers. And God bless everybody out there who's doing their efforts to help. But anyways, I hope you have a good weekend. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.